Sainsbury's. Was that a bit too close? This is the first vlog of 2020. Sainsbury's bag going to Tesco's.
You look so ginger.
Do I?
You look like a proper gnome.
Gnome? It's a Channel 4 mockumentary. Oh, I was close. Elle said she thought I had a hand tattoo and I'm gonna get one.
Not that one.
Why?
It's nasty.
Right, we've got the next phase of the off season coming up in a couple of days' time, so getting the food in now. Getting the food ready. This is the extent of my fruit and veg. Baby spinach with my eggs, blueberries and tomatoes. Bit of a disappointing turnout on the protein front. No chicken mini fillets, and I have to go to Sainsbury's to get my turkey meatballs. Two for £4, spot on. Little intra-shot pick me up, so I don't go catabolic. You know all about cannibalism, didn't you? Cannibalism.
And you can pour an almond milk, put it in the microwave, and it's like so lovely.
This is how far we've come as bodybuilders. We're resorting to eating baby food. Lights, camera, action. Ooh. Okay, Tom, what's your thoughts on? What's your thoughts on this person's thoughts on that person's thoughts? My 2020 resolution is to have a bit more patience in the Instagram DMs, but then I think a lot of you lot need. I'm doing the Michael Gove hand again. Some people need to have a bit more patience for themselves, because if you clicked on the link in my bio, everything's pretty much there. And if it's not, then ask me and I'll help. Welcome to the Supplement Review Show of 2020, which is sort of like a wrap-up, always wrap-up, of 2019. We'll start with the Class Cs, then we'll move on to the harder stuff later on, your pre-workouts and your intra-workouts. There are some products that I'm missing that are coming in the next order, which I could go through then or I could go through now. That's just the liposomal glutathione, a fantastic antioxidant. Those that are on cycle utilising oral should definitely be thinking about that alongside the liver stack. The second product is the Support Max Neuro by Strom. I tend to utilise that towards the end of a training block post-workout to flip the switch, and then with my sleep stack in the evening. So I'll still put the link below. Two great products. Ashwagandha and lion's mane being the two sort of main ingredients in that Support Max. But I've been using that for pretty much the majority of last year. But we'll start with the supplement needs. Trifecta of Health, made by the one and only genius, wizard, I can't, I'm having trouble here, Dr. Dean St. Mark. We have the heart stack, we have the liver stack, and we have the Astrag Flow, which is the kidney and blood pressure stack. We'll go through them one by one. The liver stack isn't your sort of stereotypical, oh, you take your detox your liver. When I used to work in GNC, I used to get a lot of people who's got any milk thistle. It's not that stereotypical. Like, the liver is detoxing itself. If it didn't, we'd be dead, or you'd have to go to hospital. But we are looking to utilise liver stack through improving phase 1 and phase 2 metabolism. We're also looking to improve bile flow. If you are on cycle, I would definitely recommend this alongside liposomal glutathione. A lot of people say, should I be using these if I'm natural? I still would. You could probably get away with using like one of the servings, so 4 caps compared to 8, and that goes for a lot of them. Same with the curcumin, for example. Someone said the other day, should naturals be using that? Of course, naturals still suffer from inflammation. They still want to improve their lipids. They still want to improve blood glucose. They still want to have solid joint health. So yes, I would still recommend using it. The liposomal glutathione, again, naturals, fantastic powerhouse antioxidant. If you're not running any sort of multivitamin or vitamin C, then probably consider using it. So we've got liver stack, Astrag Flow for blood pressure. I upped this midway through my cycle. I don't know whether I mentioned that on my members site or or YouTube, but I upped the dose and it brought down my blood pressure quite dramatically. So fantastic again for those on cycle. And the heart stack, natural or not, I would still recommend the heart stack. Supplementing with fish oil alongside this krill oil at 4 grams a day. Fantastic. And then we've got the curcumin, as I mentioned, liposomal curcumin, liposomal glutathione, and then sleep stack. I've been using this every day since it came out, which was about just over a year ago now. Fantastic, looking at improving melatonin, serotonin production without having to supplement with melatonin. Times like this at the moment when we're not getting a lot of sun, very, very highly recommend. In that dilemma of, okay, my sleep's good, Do I need to use it? Probably not. But then what we can do is we can start assessing your sleep and optimizing, looking at your sleep quality, the time it takes to get to sleep, the amount of time that you are asleep. And once we assess that, we can optimize it even further by supplementing with sleep supplementation. Prior to using this, my sleep was good. But then when I started tracking it with a Fitbit and the app, there was areas of improvement. Utilizing this has done so. So that's the sort of health supplementation covered. Any questions, you can tap away below. I'll put a link to each individual product. I think it's easier for people. I'm gonna go and get a pair of headphones now. Come and join me. And scene. Headphones, tricky one. I usually use Studio 3s. Now I've got a pair of AirPods, not the Pro. Just the, see what I mean about this camera? Just the usual AirPods, but they fall out. And at Christmas I did the typical thing where I purchased a pair for someone. I bought Ella a pair of Power Beats. I like listening to quite bassy house music during training. Very, very good. But because I'm that guy, I'm gonna get the Power Beats Pro.
I can make you feel good.
It's like one of them really cool films.
Let me lay this good love on you.
I was gonna say I've got to speak quiet because everyone's in bed. Clearly not. Usual supplementation routine followed by the gun. This is like one of them World War III memes that's ever on Twitter. I'll go into battle with this. Oh. This pre-legs is wonderful. I'm enjoying this pre-legs.
You need me. Put your seatbelt on.
We're back. 5 days off over the Christmas. I feel re-energised, reinvigorated. Solomon, customer is king, is on. With a very successful initial first 10-week gaining phase. Maintained 99 kilos this week. Gave my digestive tract a little rest. It's time to push on again for this 8-week block. New headphones, give them a review. Scoop of bring the chaos, which I will do, and bring the pump. See you in the gym. Yeah! But it is true.
It's not.
It is true.
Where was I then?
You was away. So 10 weeks ago, I went to Bali to find myself and find the reason as to the key to getting really big. So I met this shaman, and he brought me into the forest. He stripped me of my clothes. He just left me naked. And then he like gave me some weird drug. And he whispered the key to getting big is to just lift. Just get strong as fuck. He didn't swear because he was a shaman. He said just really get really strong. Grow a beard. Eat in a surplus and sleep. And really focus on recovery. So these drugs are kicking in my system and I wanted to get home. But the airport was fucking well far away. So I was...
You're mental, just quit it now.
No, I have to keep going now. So I was in this forest and I was naked, so I made a pair of pants out of these leaves. And it was like a 3-day trek to the airport, so I thought I'm gonna take on this shaman's advice. And day one was upper body day. And I thought, he told me to get strong as fuck, so I just started bench pressing and overhead pressing these trees. Like the second day I started growing. Second day was lower day. And then I bumped into this calf. And I was like, I need to carry you on my back because it's leg day. And he was like, are you Milo of Croton? You ain't got a clue what Milo of Croton,
Like croutons.
And I said, no, I'm TM of Croton. And I was like, version 2.
I was like, and he was like, and we
I need to talk about progressive overload and I've got to get well strong. So can I carry you on my back to the airport? He was like, yeah, sweet. So I carried him on my back to the airport and I got to the airport and I noticed I was massive. can't. I can't put that out. So I got to the airport in these leaves, and I didn't have any baggage. But she said, "Do you want to check yourself in?" So I was like, "Yeah." I jumped on the scales and I was 100 kilos, and she said the limit's 20. So you've gained like 8. I don't know what's happening now. I don't know where I've gone with this.
You're in a midlife.
I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm gonna leave it there.
I don't know where that story was going.
Yeah, neither do I, but I'm gonna roll with it. Basically, I was trying to say the key to getting big is get strong as fuck, eat a lot of food, and sleep, and grow a beard. Yeah, no, I'll leave it in. It's weird. I haven't taken any drugs, by the way. That is just... I'm going to leave you in the next scene. Post very successful first session back. Post workout, we are trying the bodybuilding craze of baby rice. 85 grams per 100, favoured due to its probably very easy digestion. In terms of price for that amount of, like the carbohydrates to price ratio, that's terrible. Because I usually have cereal, and that's 100 grams of the Frosties, which is like £1.20, and there's a big pack in there. So we'll see whether this is really worth the additional benefit. If it isn't, we'll just stick to Frosties. The other question is, how on earth do you cook it? For every one level spoonful of cereal makes 3.5. Do you know my first reactions to it? Very aggy. Usual breakfast 10 minutes, this took 20. Mess everywhere, had to blend it. No clear instructions of the ratios, how to cook it. Because I think I've nailed the consistency. Now we've got to go for the taste. I put a bit of sugar in it because it probably tastes. Why would you want to eat that? It's the thing with the fitness industry, everyone tries to get fancy. Just have, I'm so stubborn anyway, I'm going to have to sit through this, endure it. But for the sake of £2 for 85 grams of carbs, just have some cereal. Post-workout anyway. What is that? Am I supposed to eat it? Am I supposed to drink it? Verdict for me is a no-no. And the next scene we'll discuss supplements. Zero chicken.
Ready?
Hit me. Hit me with that rhythm stick.
Oh, it looks.
This is an unexpected review. Should I do a review about the headphones?
Just review about the bag, it's more important.
I'll do the review on the Power Beats Pro. I like them. Very bassy. I don't know whether the quality's better than the Studio Freeze. I think it sounds like the quality's better just because the bass is better. Enjoy them. I would say, however, though, past the hour mark, a bit uncomfortable. So maybe opt for Power Beats Pro for shorter sessions, more intense. The big studios for longer sessions. That's my review on the Power Beats Pro. Time for my review on the Veganuary. I mean, it just smells like a normal.
It looks normal.
Have they got mayo in it? Just plain like that. It's like a turd.
There's surely sauce in it. It doesn't look great, does it?
Why is there no sauce?
Just mayo.
Oh yeah, there's sauce on the bottom.
Oh.
There's sauce on the bottom.
I'm intrigued. Chicken.
It's weirdly good.
Is it?
It's a bit dry because you've driven it over. And get a bit of sauce on the bottom. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Don't look very nice, sorry.
It's not bad. It's a bit dry.
Oh my god.
It's not bad, is it? It tastes like a spice. It's good
The
in there.
meat bit tastes lovely.
Fair play.
Wow.
Fair play. Right, I'm going to try and be as time effective as possible to wrap up this last segment of the Supplement Review Show 2019 into 2020. We'll go through stim and non-stim pre-workouts, intra, EAs and carb powders, and whey protein. We'll begin with stim pre-workouts, MV Pre 2.0. As you know, when I first signed for Insight, MV Pre was my go-to. In terms of all of the pre-workouts that emit that euphoric, I'm coming up, the king of kings, the daddy. Aragenesis, Huperzine, fantastic. It'll always be in my supplement cupboard. Towards the tail end of the last training cycle, I started to use Reignite, Foresight, Insight sister company, more so for those stim junkies that require a higher amount of caffeine. You've got the methylliberine in there as well, dynamine, so I was taking those little candy gains. Highly recommended. Another stim favourite of mine is Bring the Chaos. Sour gummy, not as good but very close to the sour gummy Total War by Redcon 1. Congratulations James Hollinshead for signing for Redcon 1. All in all fantastic. Main reason as to why I like this so much, because when it's stacked with Pump the Chaos, phenomenal. To the point where I have to bring down rep schemes because I can't go past the sort of 10 to 12. But in terms of, if you're looking for that duo combination of a stim and non-stim, alongside that, Nova Pump Neuro. I do like how companies are now introducing cognitive enhancement ingredients to non-stim pre-workout, so you still get that tunnel vision-esque focus without that high stim. You can, by all means, stack MV Pre 2.0 and Nova Pump Neuro together. I used to do MV Pre and Nova Pump without the Neuro. We'll leave that. I thought it weren't recording then. We'll leave that. There are a few pre-workouts and pump formers didn't get a mention, but this is what I'm working with. I'm enjoying this a lot at the moment. Now on to intras. In terms of an essential amino acid supplement, it's very hard to beat supplement needs EAA+. When you've got Dr. Dean St. Mark behind you, you're pretty much in pole position. But in terms of leucine, isoleucine, valine, very, very strong. You've also got the addition of a few electrolyte ingredients in there as well, even though, as I would recommend if you are training fasted, to buy the Dr. Dean St. Mark electrolytes separately, put a scoop in there as well. In terms of carb powders, when I first joined with Insight, I was using Demo Day, which is, again, fantastic. Carbo Max I'm using at the moment by Strom and have been enjoying so it's either or. If Carbo isn't in stock, then I'll use Demo Day. If Demo Day isn't in stock, I'll use Carbo Max. High molecular weight, low osmolarity, easy to get through the stomach. So we're not pulling in, drawing in loads of blood and water to help aid digestion. Those cheap carbohydrate powders that you use, I used to use them in GNC because I didn't have enough dollar. Opt for a cyclic dextrin. This is carbolin inside here. So that's intra. As much as possible, try and run with these two. I favour them. And then finally, whey protein, Ghost. I'm not a huge fan, as I said before. Remember I mentioned in the previous video of Ghost. Aminos, pre-workouts, meh. Their whey protein, the taste is phenomenal. This alongside, and I'll put a link to the Rule 1 proteins as well. I like a whey blend. Check out Jeff Nippar's video on whey blends. This along with the Rule 1 would be both at the top spot in my opinion. The Rule 1, I'll make a list of the flavours. It's fantastic. The Ghost, I've had the fruity cereal, which is, it's got a bit of a lemon hint to it as well. It tastes like a lemon cone, but it's, if you've ever, shall I roll with it? Let me roll with it. Ignore that. If you've ever, I've done it again. No, I've got to roll with it because it's quite a good scene. If you've ever had Fruit Loops, eat them, drink the milk, it's basically that. The peanut butter cup is fantastic, although it gets a little bit sickly. It's really nice to begin with, and it's like, oh, this is very, very Reese's Pieces. The Rule 1, Red Velvet, very, very good. Bridgman likes to make a mug cake out of them. That sounded like Bridgman likes to make a mug out of them, mug cake. Mint, also very nice, and Cafe Mocha. So there we go. I'll leave a link to all of them below, as it is the new year. crack on. But there's my supplement reviews of 2019 going into 2020. I'm going to leave the video there. Saturday night and I've got no plans. Gonna edit this. You stay classy, San Diego. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, good night. Much love.